everyone, Lisa here, aka maggiemylow. I'm here today to share with you my June layouts that I made from my Studio Calico kit, and I'm going to show you the stuff that I have left over. I actually have, I have a fair bit left. I could probably make at least one or two more layouts out of it. I'm just getting to the point where the kit isn't doing anything for me anymore, and rather than playing around with it and just getting a little bit more frustrated, I'm just gonna put the scraps away and put the extra papers that I have away and start over. I always usually pull out my my scraps anyway, like if I'm doing my project life. So I know my scraps have been building up a little bit, but I have been using them. But I mean, scraps always seem to build up. But anyway, enough of that. So I thought I would just share with you some of the stuff that I have left over. So I'll show you the paper first of all. Actually, I'll show you the embellishments because I have them out. So I have a lot of these little acetate, or whatever you want to call them, these transparencies, these clouds and stuff like that. I just found that they were a little difficult to use. I don't know if maybe they just didn't go with the kit, or I just didn't really like them. I'm not really sure, but I'll maybe put them in my project life because there are some raindrops in there, and it rained pretty much the whole month of June. So I'll get good use out of the raindrops and the clouds. So that's my little teacup that I'm holding them in. But so yeah, I didn't use very many. I think I used them on one layout. As for the other embellishments, I still have a lot of these letters left, and I have mixed emotions about these. I don't know if I really care for them. I use them on almost every layout, I think. Just not really sure if they're my favorite. But anyway, as for the chipboard pieces, this is all I have left. So I went to town on the chipboard pieces, and that's really rare for me because I always find I'm usually one-dimensional when it comes to my layouts. Not all the time, but a lot of the time I'm one-dimensional. So I did use a lot of these chipboard pieces. So those will probably get used into my project life because there's some really cute ones that says like say cheese, road trip, these arrows, proof of a great day. Like those definitely can go into my project life. So definitely won't go wasted, and I'll put them in my little project life little bin. And then this is it for the stars. I have two, and I probably could put them on a layout right now and be done with them. And I may do that, but for right now I'm just going to leave them on there. I have the stamp, of course, which the stamps never really get used up. I guess my feeling with this stamp, I like the stamp. I really liked it for how it went with the papers, etc. But I just wish we had more to go with the stamp. So I like it. I'll definitely still keep it and use it, but I wish we had something else to go with it, if that makes sense. So, and then I kept these pieces, these chipboard pieces, because I was using them on layouts as like a mask. I used this one tons and tons. I think I used this as a mask on 2 layouts, if not 3. So yeah, you can tell it's well loved, and it's still kind of getting rid of some of the ink on there. So I kept all those in case I wanted to use those as a mask. And like that is garbage. And that's garbage. Then for this, I have one of these frames left. So that will probably get used up. I still have that project life, or that little card. These are all the scraps. So I have a couple border strips, and a couple of those little scrap pieces. That one I might even throw in the garbage. Some more of these little scrap pieces. Oh, come on. Those are all the scraps. And I'll just, usually what I do is I just kind of go through the scraps and see if it's something that I might possibly be able to use on a layout, and if I feel that I can, then I'll keep them. If not, they'll just go in the garbage, and I don't have any hard feelings about that. They've done their job. So, and then this is what I have left for big paper. I have this Studio Calico piece. I wasn't really sure. I only used that green on one layout. I have this white or cream colored paper for 12 by 12 cardstock. That's probably about a, I don't know, 7 by 7 square of red cardstock. And then I have this pattern piece from Simple Stories with the map print on the back. I like the map print side. This side was just maybe a little too busy for me, and I had a hard time thinking about how to use it. So this will go in my stash, and I'm sure I can use this up on a layout, so that doesn't really worry me. Sometimes when I have leftover pieces that are full 12 by 12s, I kind of get concerned with them just being in my stash and not knowing what to do with them. But I know for sure I'd be able to use that map print. So really, I still have a fair bit left, but I did use quite a bit. So let me just pull this off to the side, and I'll go through that later. Alright, so for the layouts, I only got 4. I know that sounds sad that I only got 4, but I don't know. It was just a really difficult kit for me to use, I found. So, oh, this is in the way, sorry. So I have this one here, and there's no process videos on these. I just found that with me doing the Saturday Stash Dive and then the Sandra and Lisa challenge on Sunday, I found it's really hard to kind of do the process videos as well on this. So I just kind of took a break from doing the process videos on my Studio Calico kits. Just because I do Thursdays, I do my prep video for Saturday Stash Dive. Then Friday, it's the prep video for the Sandra and Lisa challenge. And then Saturday, I have the Saturday Stash Dive video up. And then on Sunday, it's the Sandra and Lisa challenge video up. So that's 4 days out of the week that I have videos going on. So it gets a little bit overwhelming at times to do a video and edit it. So for the month of June, I kind of took a break from my Studio Calico kit process videos. I'm not sure if I'll do it in July. We'll see how much I like the kit, and I got lots of add-ons, so I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, for this one, I took that background calendar piece and I inked it up with, oh, I don't remember what ink, but I think it was the pink color from, I think it was called Worn Lipstick from Tim Holtz, a distress marker, and I just like outlined it and kind of made it look like a watercolor. And then I took this chipboard piece and I took a piece of that carousel paper from the pier and I put that up on top. I inked everything with blue ink this time. I just wanted to kind of give it a different look rather than it being really dark. So I inked everything up in blue. I've got some stars and a little airport or an airplane chip piece. These pieces came from, I don't know, but it would have been a Studio Calico piece. Like these would have come from Studio Calico as a digital die cut. So that, and then I used that stamp and I just kind of cut this and stapled it over top. And it's got adventure number 1, and then I put the date up here. And I've got June 17th on here, which is the incorrect date because this is not June 17th, 2013. This is actually March, probably about 28th, 2012. So that I'll have to probably fix. And then down here, I found some of these stickers, and these are from the Cavallini and Company. Two Peas in a Bucket was carrying all these kind of exclusive items that were stationery based, and they had like a whole bunch of travel things. So I pulled them out because I knew there was some Americana and Farrah in there, and so there was this old one, which is really cute. and then I just put I Heart Travel, and I put the stars beside it just to accentuate it. I cut that large carousel piece of the carousel like paper to make that chevron, and then I just backed it with this green paper underneath just because it felt like it needed something, and I used that stripe paper from Simple Stories. And then I took a Project Life stamp that says High Five and stamped that in some ink, and I put some more stars and put this thing that says Done That. Oh, come on, focus. So Done That, and Day by Day. And then I've got this circle that says Vegas Fly. And then I took some of that string and I spelled out my title, and it's got the Cola Wars. If anybody's been to Vegas, they know they have lots of street people, like magicians and stuff like that. Well, there was this magician, and he was standing outside the Coca-Cola store, and he was saying that he had to leave so much room between him and the Coca-Cola store. And he says, I don't know why they're so angry at me, and he was drinking Pepsi. So it was kind of, one of those funny, ironic kind of things, but I'm sure he knew what he was doing. But anyway, that's the story behind the Cola Wars. And then there was this one, and I didn't really use a lot of papers from the collection. I pulled out this piece of paper, I believe is from the 5th Ink Frolic. This is from the Ready, Set, Go. This is that carousel paper. And then this is from the 5th Ink Frolic behind. And this gray piece of paper right here, it's very a thin matte, but that is from the last month's kit. It's that gray, kind of looks like a whole bunch of waves on it. And then I took a border piece. I think this is from this pink heart border is, I think, from the 5th Ink Frolic. And these little Polaroid frames, these are from the 5th Ink Frolic as well. And then I used some of that triangle paper, I think it was, from the 5th Ink Frolic. It's a pink triangle, and I know you can't really see it very well, but I stamped this doily image so that I could tuck that as an embellishment. And then I stamped this little camera, and then I used a chip piece here. And then up here I used one of those really cool little camera pieces that we got. They kind of look like candy. That's what Sandra always says. So, and then I took some gray stickers and put Las Vegas, and then just stamped the date. And then just these are the details of my trip. So I'm going to use this as my main page of my album. And it's got And the Journey Begins. And these are those chip letters. And then these are the sketchbook letters. They did not come in the kit, but I wanted to use them. And these sparkly Begins letters didn't come in the kit either. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but there is some of that kind of washi tape from Basic Gray. I think we got in last month's kit. And I used that. And then I used some of these transparencies, and I put them down along. So it's like bike, bus, and car, just to kind of emulate the fact of travel. And then I used another arrow piece here. So that's that layout. And I really like this one. This one has to be, I think, one of my favorites. I just really like the light, bright colors of the whole page. So that would be one of my favorites. Then I really like how this one turned out as well. So this one, I started off with the background teal paper, and then I took that cloud print and I just cut a very thin mat for that, and I put it down. And then I took this piece of paper, this carte postale, I think is what it's called, and I just put it the whole length of the 12 by 12. And then I took that strip of that multicolored stripe from Simple Stories and I put it along this way. So now I have my L shape going on. And then I took one of those Instagram pieces and I cut out my 4x4 paper. I think this is 3x3. I'm not sure. I don't think it's 4x4. I think it's 3x3. But I cut my picture down to 3x3, and this was an actual 4x6 photo. So I just used it like an Instagram. And then I took a 4x6 here, and what I did for my title is I took that journey piece. I just find it here. So I took this and I just laid it down, and I misted it with Studio Calico Mr. Huey's in white. And then that kind of gave a really soft title that I could kind of overlay some stuff on here. And then I used some orange stickers. I think these are from Pebbles. I think they're from the family one or from, I think they're from the family one. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I put the title that says The Eventual Journey, and then I used some old Studio Calico stickers to spell it home. And then I took one of the chipboard pieces and it says You Are Here, and I put that on top of the O just to kind of give it a border around, so it kind of was it still maintained the same size as the O, but I put that in there to kind of, you know, make it look a little better. And then I took some more of those same washi pieces and I put them on top. I actually had to use some glossy accents under this one just because it wouldn't stick to the Mr. Huey's. And then I took some of those arrows and I just kind of made it point in towards the home, and then I did my journaling all here. And then here I did a lot of different kind of accents. So I've got the camera, I've got some chipboard arrows that says Here, There, Everywhere, and this one that says Our Story. There's this little sticker. I'm not even sure where I got that sticker from, honestly. I'm not really sure. And then I got some stars here, and then the little camera, and I stapled this picture on here, or this little Instagram thing on here, just to give it a little bit of a different look. Added some of those little cut apart pieces from that background of the Simple Stories page. And then up here I have this piece that says Remember This Moment, and I put a one of those little geotag things, and this is the same as that camera from the last one. And then I've got this piece here that says Adventure, and I tucked that in there. And then I've got this piece that says Story, and then a little camera piece here, and I put Drayton Valley, and then the washi tape underneath. So this one is about, oh, come on, focus. So this page is actually about when I was, I think, 15 or 16 years old. We came to this place. Wow, I guess secret's out. I live in Drayton Valley. But anyway, I came here to come to my uncle's wedding when I was 15, 16 years old. And it was just kind of, you know, I guess in hindsight, I've moved to this place now. And it's kind of one of those things where I didn't know at the time that I was going to live here. But something inside of me always kind of, I don't know, it somehow just felt like home to me. And I mean, even though I had my home growing up, it just kind of, I don't know, I just had that feeling that this was going to be where I was going to live, you know, deep down. But I mean, you never realize these things until, you know, everything's all done and said. But anyway, so that's the little story about this page, and that's what my journaling is about. And then this is the last page, and I just finished this one, and I really like how it turned out. So, again, I took that piece from the chipboard, and I would just lay it down, and it would cover everything else up, and then I would just spray it. And what I sprayed it with was, I think I put it away. It was the Mr. Huey's dark calico, so it almost looks like a really dark brown. It's a really deep brown, so if you can see that. I know my coloring is not great on here, and I apologize, but so I just took this picture, and it's when I first landed in Las Vegas for my trip. So I added this at LAS because that's the airport code for Las Vegas. I had to look it up because I actually thought it was LVG, so thank goodness I looked it up. And then I used a lot of chipboard pieces on this page. So I used the little baggage, I used this piece that says date, time, destination, so you can see that, and then I've got this piece that says ride, and then I added this little adventure piece underneath there, added a star, matted the photo on the red, just kind of make it pop out from the page. Added some more of these chipboard pieces to kind of accentuate your eye this way. And I even added this film strip paper. Why is it not focusing? Goodness sakes. Anyway, I added this film strip paper. So I really liked how that turned out, but I didn't really care for this paper by itself, but that looks cool. And then this little embellishment here has another stamp that has adventure number, and I just stamped it on a piece of that Studio Calico paper that was kind of like a whole bunch of cut-aparts. And so I stamped that, and then I put my journaling here. I added this chipboard plane on top of this chipboard Polaroid frame, and then I added a star, and I added a Polaroid, one of those little Instagram pieces behind it, just to kind of, you know, give a little bit of different flair to that side of the page. And then added this chipboard piece. So that's that. And then up here I added another piece of that, you know, stripe paper from Studio Calico, or Simple Stories, pardon me. And then this little chip tag, and then this little chip piece that says been there, and then this one says travel, see the world, discover fun, it says. And then some of these little arrow pieces. So I really like how this one turned out, but I still think that other one is my favorite as well. Alright, so there's the 4 layouts, but I thought I would share with you really quickly, just as a recap, all the other layouts that I made. And there is process videos on all of these other ones, except for 2, but there is a video on them. So this was for Saturday's Stash Dive. So we have the focus for June was 6x6 paper pads. So there was this one that highlighted using a punch to make your own background. So there's that one. Then there was this one that had using strips of the 6x6 to create a background element as well. So there's that one. Then there was this one too, which was a lot of fun to make, and I like, is it Tiffany Westbrook? She made a layout based on this that had ribbons and hearts on it, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out, because I love how her page turned out. I'm not saying I didn't like how this one turned out, I just wish I would have done a couple things differently, and she took my advice and she made a layout based on kind of my, you know, hindsight 2020 recommendations for doing it again, and her page turned out awesome, so you might want to go and check her out. If I can find it, I will put the link below saying what, or linking to that video, because it was really, really cool. So I really like it. So, but this was another one using 6x6 paper pads. And then this was the last one for 6x6 paper pads, and it was making your own daybook. And this one is what I'm going to use for kind of our summer, you know, stuff that we're going to do during the summertime, because we don't really do a lot of special activities in the summertime, but in case like we want to just, you know, highlight this summer, then it's all in one place. So that is my little daybook. Then these layouts are for it used to be called the Oh Snap Gonzo Challenge. It is now called the SNL Challenge for Sandra and Lisa. So this one was for the Project Life Challenge, and I love this layout. I don't know, it's just so fun. And I really like how it turned out, but Sandra's turned out way awesomer than mine did. I love it, and I think I'm going to scrap lift her on it even. But yeah, I really love these challenges that we're doing. I am so happy with how this one turned out. So it was just using Project Life cards on a layout, and again, love this one. Sandra went on holidays a little while ago, so I did one while she was gone. And this one I used alphabets in the background to create a mask for a border. or sorry, for a background piece, and I love how this one turned out. It's so fun and so bright, and it's not really like me to be doing really bright colors, but I love how this one turned out, and that might be on a future Saturday stash dive, something similar to that. And then this was the last challenge that we did for June, and it was the ribbon challenge. And this was, I did 2 layouts because I wasn't too fond of how this one turned out. I like the elements of it and how it sort of looks, but it's not my favorite. But anyway, this is this one, and then I did this one to kind of compensate for my falter on the other one. And I love the modeling paste on it, and I love how soft it is. And this one is going to be the title page for my brother and sister-in-law's wedding album. So there you have it. So there's quite a few layouts for the month of June. So I hope you guys all understand why I've kind of cut back on doing videos for my studio Calico kits. It's just I have a lot of videos going on, and I still have to work in the meantime, so unfortunately. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned. Hopefully soon I'll have another video coming up, and can't wait to see you. Bye.